Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Dr. Thea Taylor here, Taylor Sport Chiropractic, your pediatric chiropractor, where we offer tailor-made health care for the active committed families. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Thursday. I just want to jump on real quick. There's a couple things I wanted to cover. In chiropractic, we talk about the 3 T's, traumas, toxins, and thoughts. These are the 3 things that cause disease and disruption and interference in our nervous system and our life and so forth. And I just want to talk real quick about how these interfere with the athlete, right? So here we are, our 3 T's, trauma, toxins, and thoughts, right? And then the other day I spoke about the health and fitness curve, okay? So remember, as when we start down here, maybe we're not sick or anything, we're not dying, we're just maybe our health isn't great, right? So we start eating well, we start exercising, we're just taking better care of ourselves. And what'll happen is our health and fitness will rise together. So as we get more fit, we'll actually get more healthy, which is really awesome. But what happens is there's a breaking point in our athletes, right? So it's going to go up, and at some point your fitness and your athleticism, all these things, they're going to continue going. But what actually happens is we start to see a dip in your health when you get to a certain point. These are your pretty high-end athletes. These are maybe your high-end endurance athletes. So you'll see this like with Ironmans, people training for an Ironman and doing Ironmans. You see this with the big endurance racers, you know, people doing 50 milers, 100 milers, so forth and so on. You'll see that they'll get, you know, this uber endurance, they'll get really fit, but then what happens is for some reason they hit that breaking point. So we all have a sweet spot. We all have a sweet spot. What can happen with some of us too is one of the 3 T's, traumas, toxins, or thoughts, will jump out there and get in our way, and it can actually start some of this decline as well. So in an athlete, a trauma could be an injury of some kind, whether they've got an actual incidence of injury, whether they've got some kind of overtraining injury, whether, you know, some kind of tendonitis, or maybe it's just overtraining in general, not sleeping enough, not eating quite right, and so forth. That's going to be our trauma part, right? That's where our trauma comes in. And then we get into the toxins, right? So maybe it's a double-edged sword, because maybe you're taking an anti-inflammatory for your injury, but maybe you take it for too long, or maybe it's not doing quite the job you want, or maybe it's bothering your stomach, or maybe it's causing other issues, right? We see this sometimes. What I see a lot with young athletes that is really interesting is there's a drug on the market, and I'm sorry, y'all, I can't remember the name right now, but it's for acne, right? So it's an antibiotic that the kids take for bad acne. They take it for about 6 months. But one of the big side effects is muscle injuries. So you'll see more sprained strains, torn muscles, stuff like that with these kids. That's going to fall in the toxin category. So they actually have a toxin in their system that, yes, may be helping them with their acne, but in the long run isn't going to benefit their athletics, and it's causing trauma, okay? And then what happens is they start to get down, because now they can't compete, and their injury becomes repetitive and so forth. And that's our gas pedal. Remember, what we talk about here in the office all the time is that gas pedal. We're always on the gas pedal, always on the gas pedal. And that's what we see in the athletes, always on the gas pedal. Mom that's doing CrossFit, and I'm not dissing CrossFit, I'm just saying that's a really, really hardcore thing. And if you're not recovering well from it, and you have a lot of other stressors in play, it's going to take its toll. Family, work, working out, all this. Same thing with your, like I said, your triathletes, your Ironman people, right? There's a huge thing that comes into play with that. There's a lot of stress from family and work and so forth, and all the marks have to be on. If you're not eating well, that's going to put a lot of funky toxins in our system while we're trying to achieve all these great things. If you've got something going on with your kiddos, right, that's going to be toxic thoughts and that stuff coming in, and that's going to cause undue stress in the system. So this idea of traumas, toxins, and thoughts are huge with the athlete. And like a lot of you know, I love to treat athletic families, kids that are in athletics, families that are in athletics, and treating them through chiropractic to get their foot off that gas pedal, right? Get it on the brake pedal to help them manage the traumas, toxins, and thoughts in their life so that they can excel in their sport and in their family. And that's what we're going to be talking about next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. We'll be doing a probably 40-minute, maybe an hour, depending, long Facebook Live. It's titled The Female Athlete. We're going to talk about injuries. We're going to talk about traumas, toxins, and thoughts. We're going to be talking about the lifespan of the athlete. So what does it look like for our athletic girls that are maybe playing volleyball, and they've got in-school volleyball at the same time as they have select volleyball? Maybe they're not getting time off. What does that look like with traumas, toxins, and thoughts? What does that look like from an injuries perspective? What does it look like from a thought perspective? What are the best ways for them to recover well so they don't fall into any of these categories? Then we'll be talking about athletes later on, high school, collegiate, and then maybe even this older folks like me, the moms and stuff, that are trying to perform at a high level, stay very fit, and so forth. There's nothing wrong with any of that. Exercise is super important to keep us healthy, but the dose matters, and some of these other things matter, and this health and fitness curve matter, and the 3 toxins matter, right? So next Tuesday night, like I said, 7 o'clock right here, Facebook Live. It'll be me and the whiteboard. If you have any questions or anything, if you have any questions that you'd like to submit before then, that would be awesome. I would love to get some questions beforehand. That way we'll have them ready to go. I can already have the research done or have the answers ready, and we can work out from there. So I hope you all have a great Thursday. It's a little yucky outside today here in Southeast Texas. I think we're in Seattle again today. I hope everyone got outside yesterday. It was beautiful and sunny out, right? So let's keep that energy up while our weather is kind of weird, and let's keep everyone going. So have an awesome Thursday, everybody. Peace out.